Hello friends, you're welcome back to this channel. What I have today is how I crochet this beautiful baby shoe. It's easy. All you need to do is just to take your time and watch it step by step. I mean from the beginning to the end, and you will really enjoy this tutorial. Now, for those of you watching my video for the very first time, I welcome you to this channel. Here is a channel where you can learn a lot. All you need to do is just to click on the subscribe button below, and you also click on the notification bell. Then you are done. So I'm going to take you through in this video step by step how this crochet shoe is being achieved, including the flower. So you have a nice time. Thank you. All right, so let's start. Now the first thing I'm going to do right now is to make my slip knots. So can you see? So I'll be making the sole first, the sole of this shoe. So right now I'm going to chain 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So here is my 19 chains. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to skip this first loop, 1, 2, then I insert in the third loop with single crochet. Can you see? So I insert the second time in this same loop, single crochet again. Can you see? So in the next 7 loops I'm going to make single crochet. So let's go. 1, next 2, next 3, next 4, next 5, next 6, next and 7. So the next loop is going to be half double crochet, and you see 1, 2, 3. I'll bring it out, half double crochet. Now in the next 7 loops again is going to be double crochet. So let's go. 1, next 2, next 3, next 4, next 5, next 6, next 7. So if you look at it, I still have 1 loop left. So in this last loop I'm going to make 6 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Can you see? So in the next, now I've completed the line of this round. Now I move to the next line to complete this round. Now in the next 7 loops, I'm going to make double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the next one, the next loop, have double crochet. So the next 7 loops here is going to be single crochet. So 1, next, 2, next, 3, next, 4, next, 5, next, 6, next, 7. So I'm left with 1 loop, and in this last loop I'm going to make 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Can you see? So I slip stitch, so I've completed the round. So I will quickly cut this off. So I proceed into the second round. So I'm going to chain 2 first. 1, 2. Can you see? So right now I proceed. Can you see the loops? Proceed in the next loop. With double crochet. So it's going to be 2 double crochets in this loop. Can you see? So I move to the next loop. Also 2 double crochets. 1, and 2. Can you see? So right now in the next 15 loops here, I'm going to make double crochet. So let's go. 1, next, 2, next, 3, next, 4, next 5, next 6, next 7, next 8, next 9, next 10, next 11, next 12, next 13, next 14, next and 15. Can you see? So right now, in the next 6 loops here, I'm going to make 2 double crochet in each of the next 6 loops here. So let's go. 1, 2. Can you see? 2 double crochet in each stitch. Next, 2 double crochet. Next, 2 double crochet, and this is the 3rd loop. Next, 2 double crochet, 4th loop. Next, 2 double crochet, 5th loop. Next, 2 double crochet, the 6th loop. So right now I'm in the next 15 loops here. I'm going to make double crochet. So 1, next 2, next 3, next 4, next 5, next 6, next 7, next 8, next 9, next 10, next 11, next 12, next 13, next 14, next 15. Can you see? So the next loop right now, 2 double crochet, 1, 2. Then the next loop, 2 double crochet as well, 1, 2. Then the next loop is going to be 1 double crochet. So I slip stitch, so this is the 2nd round. So right now I'm going to proceed to the 3rd round. So I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. So if you look at the loops, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I'm going to proceed. I'm going to chain 2. Sorry, I'm going to insert into the next loop with 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Can you see? Next, 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Next, 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Next, 2 double crochets. 1, 2. So if you look at it, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 4 loops, I insert 2 double crochets in each of it. So I'm going to proceed from here. Now in the next 15 loops here, I'm going to make double crochet. 1, next, 2, next, 3, next, 4, next, 5, next, 6, next, 7, next, 8, next, 9, next, 10, next, 11, next, 12, next, 13, next, 14, next, and 15. And you see, so now if you look at it, this is where I started from, the upper one, where I make 2 double crochet in each of the 6 loop I have here. So this is the first loop here. In this first loop, I'm going to make 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So the next loop, I'm going to make just 1 double crochet. So it means out of the 12 loops here, I've completed 2 loops. So I'm left with 10 loops here. So in the next 8 loops here is going to be 2 double crochets. So let's go. So this is 1 out of the 8 loop left. So 2 double crochet, making 2. Next, 2 double crochet, making 3. Next, 2 double crochet, it is 4. Next, 2 double crochet, 5. Next, 2 double crochet, 6. Next, 2 double crochet, 7. Next, 2 double crochet, 8. So you can see 8 loops plus the first 2 loops which I completed, making 10. So I'm left with 2 loops to complete the 12 loops which I have on the egg here. So to the 11th one, because 2 plus 8 give me 10, so the 11th loop. Now in this 11th loop, I'm going to make just one double crochet. Now the 12th loop, which is the next loop, 2 double crochets. 1, 2. You see? So in the next 15 loops here, I'm going to make double crochet. 1, next, 2, next, 3, next, 4, next, 5, next, 6, next, 7, next, 8, next, 9, next, 10, next, 11, next, 12, next, 13, next, 14, next, 15. So right now in the next 4 loops here, I'm going to make 2 double crochet in each. So 1, 2. I've completed 1. I move to the next loop. 1, 2. I've completed the second. Moving to the third loop. 1, 2. Moving to the fourth loop. 1, 2. You can see I've completed the loop. So right now I will just make a slip stitch straight. I slip stitch in the first stitch. Can you see? So I've completed the third round. So I move to the fourth round. So I chain 1, I insert in the same loop with single crochet. So I proceed, next, single crochet, next, single crochet, next, single crochet. So it's going to be single crochet in the fourth round. So I insert in the last one here, then I slip stitch, so I've completed the fourth row. So right now I move to the fifth round. So I chain 1. So I haven't chained 1. I insert from the back like so, bring it out with single crochet, proceed, next, from the back. And you see, with single crochet, I proceed again from the back, single crochet. Can you see? Single crochet. So you can see I'm actually inserting my hook on the edge, not below it. So this is how I'm going to proceed on this round till I complete it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to slip stitch. So I slip stitch in this first stitch. So right now I move to the next round. So I'm going to hold this up. So I invite the second color. So let me start from here. So right now, you see, I chain one. So I proceed, I insert into this same loop with single crochet. So I proceed, next loop, single crochet, next, sorry, I want to take this alone, next, single crochet, next, single crochet, next, single crochet, can you see? So this is how I'm going to proceed round to this point, and I'm going to repeat this 5 times. I'm going to repeat it 5 times. So at the end I will be having 5 rows of this. So as you can see, I've got to the 5th round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see? So right now I'm going to proceed. Now I'm going to chain 1. So having chain 1, I insert into this first loop right here with single crochet. So here I'm going to make 22 single crochets on my left hand side here. Already I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So on my right hand side, I'm going to count 21. So I'm counting in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then plus 1, that's 21. So I'm going to insert my stitch marker right here. So I'm going to proceed from here. So the remaining part here is going to be single crochet cluster. So let's go. Can you see? Then I insert into the next one. I have 3 chains. I bring it out. So I proceed. The next one. Can you see? This is single crochet cluster. I have 2 already. Next loop, I insert. Then the next loop, I insert again. So I proceed. Next, I proceed. Single crochet cluster. Next, proceed. Single crochet cluster. Single crochet cluster. You can see I'm left with 2 loops, so I proceed. And the last one here. So having completed this, and you see, so I move on to um, the left hand side. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker here. So I proceed with single crochet. So this is how I'm going to go till I get to the last point here. So you can see I'm left with one loop. This loop I'm going to skip. So if I skip this loop and insert with a slip stitch, it doesn't count. So I'm going to slip stitch. And you see. So right now I'm going to proceed into the next round. So I chain one. Now I insert again in the same loop with single crochet. Now the other time on this round I made 22 on my left hand side, 22 single crochet, but this time I'm going to reduce that 22 by 4, so I will be making 18 single crochet on my left hand side. Already I have one, so I proceed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Can you see? So on my right hand side is going to be 20. Remember the last loop I skip it, so it's going to be 20 on my right hand side. So out of that 20 I'm going to deduct 4. So on my right hand side now I'll be making 16 single crochet. So I'm going to count 16. So I'm counting in 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to insert my stitch marker here. So right now I'm going to proceed. Now you remember I've deducted 4 out of this. Instead of 22 is 18. So I proceed. Now in the 19th one I yarn over. This is the 19th one. In this 19th one is going to be half double crochet. Can you see? Now I yarn over my hook again. This is the 20th one of this side. Now I insert. Now this one I'm going to make it double crochet. So this is 20. Now 21 and 22 I'm going to make it double crochet cluster. So insert. I bring out the first 2 chains. I'm left with 2 chains. I yarn over the hook again into the 22 chain, the last one. So I bring out the first 2 chains. Now I'm left with 3 chains on my hook. I bring it out at a time. So right now the rest of it here is going to be triple cluster. So I yarn over 2 times on my hook. So I insert. I bring out the first 2 chains. The next 2 chains, I'm left with 2 chains. I yarn over again. I move into the next loop. I yarn over 2 times, 1, 2, because it's triple crochet cluster. So I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. Now I'm left with 3 chains, so bring it out at a time. I proceed into the next loop, double triple crochet cluster. I have 2 chains on my hook. I insert. I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. I'm left with 2 chains. I yarn over 2 times. So I bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. I'm left with 3 chains, so I bring it out at a time. I proceed into the next loop, triple crochet cluster. Bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. I insert. Bring out the first 2 chains, the next 2 chains. Then I bring everything at a time. Yarn over 2 times. Next, triple crochet cluster. Sorry, let me take that again. Triple crochet cluster. Can you see? So right now the 4 loops that I deducted from this side, so from my right hand side, so I'm going to do justice to it, exactly what I did right here. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is to make double crochet cluster. I bring out the first 2 chains, then I yarn over the second time. I bring out the first 2 chains. Now I'm left with 3 chains on my hook. Then the next one, the next loop, double crochet. Now I have the last loop here. Out of the 4 loop which I deducted, I yarn over my hook, so have double crochet. So I can now proceed with single crochet to the rest. So the next one, single crochet, till I round it up on this round. So the next thing right now is to slip stitch. I slip stitch in the first stitch right here. Can you see? So right now I'm going to chain one. I insert in this loop with single crochet. I proceed like this all through this round is single crochet. Can you see? So I proceed till I round it up. I proceed like that with single crochet on this round. So can you see I've completed the round. So right now I'm going to cut this off. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to make the back. So I'm going to insert from here. I chain one. So like this, depending on, like in this phase, it is in this phase I will also insert, make my band. This is what I call the band on the shoe. So I've chained one already. I proceed into the next one. So I'm going to make the total of 28, that is 14 here and 14 here, which is going to be 28 altogether. So I have 2. Now I proceed like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me quickly cut this off. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15. I will also be carrying this one along. 15, 16, you can see, 17, you see, 18, 19, 20 till I get to 28. So I have my 28 here from that side to this place. So I'm going to go over again with single crochet. So I chain one first, then I return in this same loop, single crochet, and I proceed, single crochet. Now I'm going to end the band here. This is where I'm going to start the band where I started from. Now unlike this one, it's not like that, despite the fact that I started from here. I started from the same place like this one, and by the time I started with single crochet to that side, okay, and I also return. After returning, then here I made double crochet back again. It was when I get this to this place with double crochet, after these two single crochet, that I make this. So but this one, you know, I started from here with single crochet. Now I'm returning the second time. Okay, now in this second time here I'm going to make some chains for the band, after which I return finally to this place. So you can see this is the second time, single crochet. So this is how I'm going to take this up to this last point here. Now as you can see, I've returned the second time. So like I said, is here I'm going to make my chains. So here I will be making 26 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, sorry, 26. It's 26. So right now I yarn over the hook. I'm going to insert in the fourth loops, which means I will be skipping 3 loops. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. But instead of me inserting from here, I'm going to turn it like so. Can you see? So I insert from the back. Can you see? With double crochet. So I proceed next, double crochet, 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 next, double crochet. Can you see? So this is how I'm going to proceed like that till I get to the last point here. So I proceed till I get to this place, after which I continue like this to this point again. Now as you can see, I've got to the last point loop here, so I can now proceed to the back. Double crochet, next, next, so this is how I'm going to proceed till I get to the last point here on my slip stitch. Half double crochet, and I insert now with half double crochet, then I chain one. So I'm going to cut this off. So the next thing right now is to insert another color, the blue color. So I start from here, I chain one, then I proceed, I slip stitch just to make a design. I proceed into the next one. Now if you look at it, I'm inserting my hook in the front part of the loop, not the two. It has to be in the front part so that it can give me the balance I want. So let me just go with this first. So but it has to be in the front part. So I slip stitch, and you see there's an obvious one here, so I'm going to take that again, then I slip stitch. I proceed into the next one. From the front, I slip stitch. Can you see now? Proceed from the front, I slip stitch. So you can see that you hardly see the one at the back. So that is what I was trying to clarify the other time. So this is how I'm going to proceed till I round it up. So in this aspect, it ought not to be a rush. So one must be very careful, patient, and do it so that it will be very neat. Can you see? So this is how I'm going to proceed till, so I proceed like that on the band, round, okay, then till I get to this side. So I proceed, slip stitch, so you could also insert it directly like this. You insert directly, still okay. Can you see? You can see from here I'm inserting directly, not even from the front. So in the case of this one, it's better I insert from the front. Now I haven't inserted directly here and also here. So I can now insert from the front here, from the front. The reason why I'm making it like this, I wouldn't want the down part to show, or to also to be obvious to show. That's just the reason why I prefer the one in the front. So after being through with this edge here, I can now insert directly. That is, I consider both this and the other one, this and this, still with a slip stitch. So is that inserting directly is easier to inserting from the front. You see? So like this I proceed. You can see what I mean. You can obviously see this. But when you insert from the front, so hardly will you see the other color being displayed. So let me show you one. So this is what I mean. When you insert from the front like this, you know I've left the back one. Here is the back one. I've left this one. Now if I insert like this, hardly will you see the back one being displayed. So let me proceed so that I will show you. You can see that I'm inserting from the front, not the two at a time. Can you see the front? And you see I've left the back one. The front, leaving the back. And you see you see that you hardly see the one at the back when I place it like this. So it's even neater. Can you see it's neater to the one I made when I considered the two. So that was what I was explaining the other time, that it's better insert from the front, not the two at the same time. Although it may be slow a bit, but at the end of the day you will have a very neat work. So that was why I said that you need to take your time. It has to be a patient work or patient exercise. Can you see? See, there is difference in the two. So this is how I'm going to proceed till I round it up on this round. So as you can see, now I've completed this the back side. Can you see? So I'm left with the front side here. So in this front side, I don't need to consider the front only. So I just insert it straight like so, but it's going to be slip stitching. I slip stitch. Can you see? So I proceed to the next slip stitch. Can you see? So this is how I'm going to proceed till I get to the last point where I started from, till I get to this point here. Slip to stitch. So as you can see, I've made a slip stitch where I started from. So right now I'm going to cut this off. I will make the tail to be long because I will need to secure it with my needle. So the next thing I'm going to do is to design the sew, the edge of the sew. So let me insert here. So I chain one, I insert again in this loop, I slip stitch, I make a slip stitch, I insert in the second loop, I slip stitch. So I chain one, next I slip stitch, I chain one, next loop I slip stitch, I chain one, next 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 I slip stitch, I chain one. And you see, so this is how I'm going to proceed till I complete this round. Now as you can see, I've completed the edge of the sew. Can you see how beautiful it is? Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is the flower. So let's go. So right now I'll be making my technical ring. So I yarn over my fingertip. So I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So I yarn over, I insert into this ring with double crochet. So I chain 2. 1, 2. I yarn over, I insert with double crochet. It depends on how full or how the numbers of petals you want to make. You can see here I just made 4, so I'm going to proceed. I have 1, 2, I chain another 2, 1, 2. So I insert in the ring with double crochet. So you can see I have 3. So I chain 2 again, 1, 2. So right now I'm going to pull this. So I insert into the first big loop, then I slip stitch. So right now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So I yarn over, I insert here, I bring out the first 2 chains. Now I'm left with 2 chains. I insert again, I pull a bit, I bring out the first 2 chains. Now I'm left with 3 chains. I insert 4, now you can see I'm left with 4 chains, and I insert again, I bring out the first 2 chains, sorry. So you can see I have 5 chains on my hook. I proceed, I have 6 chains, then the 6th time, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if you want to proceed, if you want to make it more than this, yes, it's permitted. It depends on what you want. So but for this, I'm going to stop here. So right now I'm going to bring it out, then I chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So I insert into the second loop. This is the second loop. While I slip stitch, so now I'm in the second loop. I proceed, I chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So I yarn over, I pull it a bit, I bring out the first 2 chains, I'm left with 2 chains. I yarn over again, I bring out the first 2 chains. You can see I have 3 chains. The 3rd time I insert, see I have 4 chains on my hook. The 4th time, now you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is 5 now? Is because the first 3 chains I made is is also included. That's why you can see it's 5. Already I'm in the 4th time round. Now to the 5th time, I insert again, I bring out the first 2 chains. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I insert the 6th time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I bring it out to time. So I chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3. So I insert in the next loop. Can you see? Why I slip stitch, so I chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, I insert, I bring out the first 2 chains. I'm left with 2 chains. The 2nd time, can you see? 3rd time, I have 4 chains, this inclusive. 4th time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the 6th time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can bring it out to time. Then I chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3. So I insert, I have the last loop here. I insert while I slip stitch. So I chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So I insert, bring out the first 2 chains. You can see 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I insert while I slip stitch. You see. So right now I'm going to cut this off. I'll make the tail long. So right now I'm left with the white one to fill it. So it's still the same process. I will make my technical ring. So right now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So I yarn over, I bring out the first 2 chains, I yarn over the first 2 chains, I'm left with 3. 4, 5, then 6. So bring it out. So right now I'm going to cut this off. So I can now pull. You see. So all I need to do is just to insert this. So I insert from the back, from the inwardly, I insert from the inside. So also on my left hand side, I invite that too. So our flower is ready. So I can now fix it. So by the if if I want to fix it, it will be on where the belt ends. So it's going to be here. You can see this one. I fix it here. Also this is going to be somewhere here. Then I'm done. So I want to appreciate you for taking your time to watch this video. All right, so I've come to the conclusion of this tutorial. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate. And for those of you watching my video for the first time, I welcome you to this channel. In this channel, you have the opportunity to cut and sew and also to crochet different kinds of way. All you need to do is to click on the subscribe button below and you click on the notification bell. That's all. Then you get notified anytime I release a new video. Thank you very, very much. Please and please don't forget to like this video and share it out as well. If you have any comment, please kindly drop your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. So till I come your way again, thanks for watching.